Well, Dale, I believe, came to Lawrence in either the late 60s or early 70s and set up a car dealership down here on Vermont Street. Very small business to begin with, and he's grown it into a very nice sized dealership with multiple lines of cars. He's a very honest, ethical guy that puts that first.
Well, I think Dale is probably, in my business dealings over the years, is one of the most honest and forthright individuals I've met. When Dale tells you something, that's the way it's going to be. And I'm sure in today's world, if he could do business on a handshake, he would do that.
Well, I think that's the special character of Dale Willey, in that he is honest and he does put a high quality on that on his personal integrity and the integrity of his dealership. I think he believes that if you do those things, that success will come. I believe that people that are in business in Lawrence, whether it's car dealers or any other dealers, are held to a high standard. People that aren't honest and aren't forthright and aren't putting the consumer first are not going to be successful in this town. I think Dale's father was a role model for him early in his life as a car dealer. I think his entire family, his wife and his daughters, have all been very supportive of what he's doing and encouraged him, especially when he was chairman of the National Association of Auto Dealers. It took a lot of time away from his home and his family, and I think everyone was very supportive of that. They could see the value in it.
In 2007, Dale was elected chairman of the National Automobile Dealers Association, a very prestigious accomplishment. It's one dealer out of the 25,000 that belong to the organization, and for a year he spent traveling all across the country in different parts of the world representing NADA.
And you can't do that without having a good organization behind you and good people to run the organization, because he can't be there all the time. He's very involved in that organization. He's always been able to surround himself with good individuals, and I think he steps back and let them do their job. And I think in today's world that's probably a big key. If you can find that element and that type of resource, you want to take advantage of it, and he's done that very well.
You know, Dale has had a long history of community involvement. He does put a high premium on his dealership, his own personal life, and the people that work with him to be involved in the community and be an active part of the community. I really believe that's something that makes Dale special. I think he's one of those people that draws strongly from his faith. I think that's important in who he is and why he is the way he is and why he's so forthright as a business person. But he's been involved in his church. He's been involved in the O'Connell Youth Ranch, which was for boys that got in trouble and had to be away from their parents for a time. He was on the first board of directors of that and also served as chair.
When I started Family Promise, I went to a handful of people and asked them to buy into my vision for taking care of homeless families with children. He and his wife Jan have been so giving to lots of organizations, not just in terms of financial support, but in terms of their own ideas and their own enthusiasm. Just in my experience with Family Promise, not only have Dale and Jan helped sponsor our annual golf tournament, but also Dale has been involved in some of the day-to-day activities of the day center and often stops by to see some of our guests or bring some items of clothing or something like that that he might be useful.
Well, I think junior achievement means a lot to him. I think he has always had an interest in kids. And I think junior achievement fulfills that interest in his involvement with the schools. And I know that's a love of his, and that's I think the most fun he has is being in front of the kids and teaching them about business in general.
Oh yeah, in the past, several years he's really been involved. He's taught a lot of classes at junior achievement. And he takes it very seriously. I mean, he goes and does his homework before he teaches a class. He's supported a lot of different organizations through the baseball teams and soccer and helping, with issues with people in need in this community.
He's been involved in the Chamber of Commerce quite for a long time, I think, and I think when he does get involved in organizations like that, he gets involved probably like no other, because he really takes it serious.
He's got a great track record as far as being involved in the community and giving back to the community. I think business people that don't look at what they can give back to the community are missing an important component of a responsibility of being a business person in this community. I think he's making a good transition. He's not retiring and sitting in a chair. He's going to continue to be active in the community and active in his church. I think Dale loves to be out there with people. He's a people person. He loves people.
You know, Dale and his hobbies really came second with him. His hobby was work, and you know, his organizations that he belonged to, he's involved with what he does, and I think hopefully going forward he gets a little bit more involved in hobbies and has time to enjoy himself.
Well, he likes to play golf. He likes to fish. He loves to have fun also, but he's also been very dedicated to his business, and any person in small business knows that you got to stick around. You can't be gone all the time, and I think he paid his dues so that he can now enjoy things and spend time away.